Hello and welcome back to Evospace. So I've made a couple of changes in between here. Let me walk you through stuff real quick. So first and foremost, I put down the titanium alloy smelter that I was, waiting to have the stuff for. I haven't put the heat source under it yet. We'll get to that. Mostly I put that down because I needed to figure out spacing on things, and as you can see, I put a bunch of junctions and stuff in place. I ended up having to move the mixer down a level because the inputs were backwards. And the only way to have the inputs facing the correct direction was to turn it around. But the input for the mechanical energy is where the robot arm would need to be. So moving it down solved that. As you can see, the robot arm moves the stuff still. It actually did it while I was looking at it. So that's going good. Except that is overfilling. We'll have to take care of that in a minute. Um, yeah. Come on, don't do that. We'll take care of that in a minute. As for now, actually, is there a way for me to like turn these things off without picking them up? No, I don't think so. Anyway, that meant that I had to move the macerator and the solid furnace down, which not a big deal. It ended up being a lot more junctions to get stuff done, but they're copper, so it's not that big a deal. This theoretically should work now. I tested the mixer. Uh, I've got the manganese dust in there, but obviously this thing filled up with steam and I don't have an output for it yet, so that's not quite ready to go. Hopefully the robot arms will work the way I think they will. It'll send the aluminum oxide over here to get that treatment. The cats are fighting in the background. Isn't that wonderful? Knock it off, you two. Anyway, that'll get sent over here to get processed, back into aluminum. This is locked, so that actually will work correctly. Of course, that'll go into the arc furnace, back around to be macerated, yada yada yada. With the manganese getting sent over here, this is almost set up. I just need to plug it in both that way and that way. I'm basically waiting until I have that to be done. So that's where I am. Now, I have made a couple of items. I have a generator. I have a steam turbine. So, you're saying, hey, you could have used the gas turbine and just fed the creosote in and then had a separate steam turbine for the other stuff. I really would just prefer to have it all on one. So that's what I'm doing. So here we go. We are going to have you output mechanical energy there. And you take steam in the top. So we'll just put you like right there. Right there? Or do I want... Oh, I could have you be that way. How big is this guy? Let's see where this guy goes. Alright, you output energy there. You are 4 wide. If I... No, unfortunately, it would need to be there to be effective. So we're going to go with this direction then. That way I'm outputting the energy over here instead. Alright, so original plan. Bam, you are there. Nice and close for that one. We are going to put this guy... Come on, rotate around so I can see. It's that side. So, bam, like that. That should do that. That is all set. Excellent. Now I just need to get you wired in. And eventually I want to make one of those bigger, better batteries. But I don't have the stuff for it at the moment. So, alright, that is now wired in. Actually, I do kind of have the stuff for it at the moment, but I'd like to make it out of titanium since I'm making the titanium line. So we'll get that later. It's not as important immediately. So that guy wired in. Excellent. Now I just need to get it all tubed up, and it'll be set. So we've got a tube. Right there is my input. Okay, let's kind of try to get on top of something here so I can see where my input's going. Boop. Alright. Now I'm going to need there and there. So you come that way. We're going to bring both of them this way. And there's a third thing I'm going to have to pipe into this whole mess too. So you come this way. I don't know if I'm going to have enough pipe, but we're going to give it a shot. Yeah, this guy's fully filled up with creosote. That's why I'm losing stuff there, and that guy's done. So yeah, we got some stuff in the way. You connect into there, and it looks like I have just enough tubes for the thing I am currently working on, but not any of the others. Why are you up? Oh, right, because you're going to connect to there. Got it. I confused myself for a moment. All right, and blam. There we go. And we are already producing more electricity, which will make the other things run a little bit better. Actually, since it's still connected, it might even fill these batteries up a little bit, which it looks like it's doing. All right, let's get the rest of this stuff done. All right, we got a electric furnace for this guy down here. I just need to work my way over to where it goes. You are going to want to be plugged in on this side. So we are going to set you up so that you do that. So we will rotate you around that way. I have a few electrical lines. And do I have enough? Just barely. All right. That should now be functional. And that means that I just need to get the system primed a little bit. You should... Oh no, don't tell me you're not going to pull out. Wait a minute, are you facing the right way? Tell you what, how about I pick you up? Aha, I bet you're facing the wrong way. Go that way, and you take that. Oh, come on, please. It's not pulling out. This is going to mess up the whole thing if I can't get these to pull out. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's going that way. Oh, wait a minute. Input? Oh, there we go. You have to be set to input. You are that side. There we go. Excellent. All right, got that fixed. That is working. This guy's going to come over here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, I've got 14. 14? I thought I had slightly more than that. It'll work. All right, so I've got a few of these. We are going to stick these guys in there and let them do that. This will, of course, run like so. Beautiful. What are you? Did you drain all of that creosote already? Not quite. Why are you... Oh, no, it's... Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So that has basically burned through all the creosote already. That's fine. That's really just there for creosote disposal. It is also disposing of the heat from that. It'll also be disposing from one other heat source when we are done with all of this. So it is just also supplying a little bit of extra energy to the system when it does so, like this. There we go. Woo, barely anything. Okay. So yeah, having 3 heat sources going into this is not going to be a major issue. And that's why it was just like, it's not going to run very often once it's going, so might as well let it do its thing. Excellent. Now, what do we got here? Why do you not have anything in you? You have too much. Let's lock you. Okay. Okay. Probably because red is not designated as an output. There we go. Excellent. You're ready. You, on the other hand, what's going on here? Probably the same issue. Nope. Oh, no, wait, that's that way. You are going there. You are not outputting. Why are you not outputting? Probably because this side needs to be an input. Right. There we go. Blam, you're going to end up here, right? No, probably not, because green side... No, green side is an output. Alright. White. Come on. Alright. Do. You're there. Yellow. You're set up. Why are you not going? Alright, what's going on here? Red input, or wait, input. That is the way that, yes, input. Alright. Green output. Red, not red. Pink. Pink input. Pink to green. Why are you not going? Come on, go the rest of the way. You should be an output, right? You're good. You're good. Why are you getting stuck there? You're not going to that one. What is the problem here? Alright, I don't know what the problem is here. I don't know why that's having such an issue. That should be going. I literally don't see anything wrong with this. This should be working! Alright, tell you what. I'm gonna go ahead, hook this up, because we do have at least the one piece. So we're gonna... Oh, I'm out of... Wait, aha, I have an aluminum pipe. Let's see if that'll work. No, you don't connect! Well, at least there's a use for some of the other pipes now. So I need some copper. Do I have any copper? That becomes the question. Yes, I did have enough foresight to make a little bit more copper. Let's go ahead and turn one into that so that we get more pipes for our copper. Especially since we only have a little bit. Copper. Tube. We got our 2 tubes. Something with that. Okay. And you are go. And I am also out of electrical wire. So let's go ahead, do exactly the same thing here. We're going to do that into that, so it takes 1 instead of 2. I had somebody trying to tell me that, I should just click on the thing. I'm like, that uses more resources. And then we turn that into that, which only would have given us 1 from 1 plate. And now I can get the wire. There's the wire. 2. There we go. Alright, so I got those wire, which means I can now make a couple of them, which means I can now plug it in. And let's plug you in there. There we go. Now you should be getting power. You have your chlorine, you have your prepared titanium dust. Excellent. You have some manganese. You should lock your input as well. You have a little bit of power. You're processing. You're flowing through. You're processing. There we go. We're getting titanium sponge. So we will need to work on enough titanium to make the last major component of all of this and figure out why this is not moving. All right. I will figure out why this isn't moving off camera, and I will come back once we have a little bit of titanium built up to make our last major component. I will see you then. Alright, I am back, and I have enough titanium to finish the job here. Alright, so we've got our titanium. We need to turn it into a titanium industrial smelter. Blammo. Quest complete, apparently. What was the quest on that one? Let me go look at that real quick. I may have actually finished something. Oh, look at this. Road to titanium. No. That one still wants me to make a stainless steel thing. Ah, Road to Hard Metal. That's the one that it was on. That's okay. That's okay. We'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, we have ourselves our titanium industrial smelter. So let's put this down. I've put a couple of things here. We haven't put the last one in yet, but I need to line up one of the sides here. Let's see. That side, the green input, with that right there. Blammo. That is going to feed the titanium sponge into this guy here. So let's go ahead and grab our box, stainless steel chest. Boom, that'll put on the output. And that is going to be pretty much that. All right, now we do have a couple other things we need to worry about. That's the dust. That's the fluid. Okay. So let's see. We still need to put a couple of these guys in. I've got a couple of stainless steel electric furnaces. I am going to put them, let's see, rotate you around so you're facing that way, rotate you around so you're facing that way. This way I use fewer of these cables. And I'm using 2 instead of 3, but, you know, I'm functioning the other one off of 1, so it will be fine. Let's see, we need you, and you're going to start filling up with power. Blammo. All right, so we're going to need some of the coolant dust. I have some, so I'm just going to scavenge it from the other system for the time being. It'll get recycled. But that does mean we need to work out the things for recycling it. Yay! All right, so this is going to be spitting out this hot stuff. We need one of these guys here. What is this called? This is heat. Steel is a heat exchanger. All right, so we need heat exchanger. We're going to go ahead stainless steel because, like I said, things that produce heat are just going to not have to be titanium. Inverse heat exchanger. Heat exchanger. I need 10 copper tubes and 3 plates. All right, let's go ahead and get these 3 plates on the go. Boop, boop, boop. Let me grab this carbon out of here, and I will use it to fuel this guy like I have been doing. And the funny thing is that, so that's producing extra stuff too. I'm gonna have to get to that. Copper. I needed 10 tubes, so I need 5 of these turned into plates, I think? Question mark, maybe? Kinda, sorta. You're so slow. Okay, come on. You can do it. Bang, bang. Get in there. Heat exchanger, yes, 10 tubes. Come on. Come on. Go faster. I said, I mean now. Bam. All right, there we go. This one's going faster. All right, so we got those. We're just about there. We are almost there, guys. And then once I've got that set up, we will go into that. And these guys are going to provide all of the heat for this. Although I am tempted to put a third one in. Well, no, it's because it's power starved at the moment. That's the problem. And that is something that I will be resolving as well. The fact that this is power starved, because once all this is done and I'm producing titanium, I will be able to make titanium solar panels as fast as this spits stuff out. Which basically means, since there are no monsters or anything, I can go to bed and leave this running, and it'll produce titanium for me, as well as some other stuff. We'll get to that after I finish the line. Hopefully, I have finished these guys now. I have wasted enough time. Let us make our heat exchanger. It makes the tubes for me because there is no better way to make the tubes. So, blammo, there we are. We have our heat exchanger. Let's take a look at this. All right, so heat on the top. You are going to pull in there, out like that. I see no reason to not just do it. Well, actually, I do see one reason. Let's do it this way. Let's rotate you around like that. You go there. I will then need a boiler for on top. Well, I will need a stainless steel water collector as well. I need a boiler. You know what? I've got enough stainless steel. Let's just make them without being sufficient on the resources. And I will go into why I'm not too worried about stainless steel in a little bit. Let's get those guys made. And we need to get up here is the problem. Let's kind of get up top here. Oh, all right, so you go up here, and let's face you. Yeah, why not that direction? Which means we're going to need to put this guy up here as well. Blam. And then we'll need some more copper tubes. Because of course we do. But we can get that in a minute. All right. So for now, we got that. I'm going to need more copper tubes anyway. I just realized the next part I needed more copper tubes for, so I could use another material. But why when I have copper? copper does just as well as everything else. Let's get that in there. Do I have any more? No. Let's... Oh, wow, I'm just about out. Let's grab all but the 0.5 there. Put you there. I will have to actually go mining in between episodes, but that's not a big deal. There's copper everywhere, which is why I'm preferring to use it for the things where it doesn't make a difference. So what I will do is I will pipe out the hot liquid up there into the heat exchanger. The dust will get output directly back into the thing, because going vertical with tubes is way easier than messing with these junctions. And then all of this steam that is produced will, of course, get pumped into the same system over here. I said I was going to have 3 inputs, and that will be self-cooling. So, we are just about done. So close. How are we doing on time? We've got plenty of time. I'm probably going to end up cutting this episode short. We have so much time. All right. You give me as many tubes as you'll give me. 14 will probably be plenty. And we can get this system wrapped up. All right, you. Tube, 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 also tube. There's that. And now, come on, let me up. All right, this way, that way. Shall I just do like this? Let's keep it one away, because reasons. Blammo. There we go. All right, that is going to do it. Let's pop down this last conveyor belt in the correct direction. And there we go. It is now outputting all that titanium sponge it has been slowly building up. Into here, we need our coolant dust, which I will go and swipe from this system, and then I will just make more for this system. You get that. There we go. So it is going to receive all of its power, or all of its heat from the electric furnaces, but then that heat is going to get turned back into electricity, which will hopefully speed the whole system back up. And we are outputting titanium. Our system is complete. Okay, let's run through things real quick here. So, we start at a box. This box is where I input the raw basalt. It gets put into this macerator here, which turns into basalt dust. The basalt dust gets separated. It gives us sand, aluminum oxide dust, the titanium oxide dust, the chrome oxide dust, and there was something else. Oh, the manganese stuff. This stuff, the manganese oxide dust. All right, from there it goes into this box. The titanium oxide gets put into this smelter where it gets coke dust from this line over here, which is a fairly simple line of harvest, dry, turn into coke, which this is producing extra, by the by. So I'll be able to use that for other purposes if I need it. And that gets turned into the prepared dust, which gets put in with the chlorine from our existing system, which then turns into this stuff. The titanium tetrachloride fluid goes into manganese dust. Now, the manganese dust is because the manganese oxide gets put into this mixer with some aluminum dust. I don't know why it decided to say sand is there. It's not hurting anything. It seems to still be working fine, so that just happened when I locked. I don't know why. Anyway, so it goes into there with that stuff, which, blends it into the necessary mix, which goes through the furnace, outputs the more aluminum oxide and the manganese, which will go over there into that. This aluminum oxide gets looped around back into here with some carbon, which, comes from our second line there of harvest, dry, and electrolyze. That ends up, turning back into the aluminum carbide, which goes into our arc furnace to get resmelted into aluminum, comes over into this macerator, get turned back into the dust to go back in here. That part is a closed loop. I will always have 16 in the system, no matter what part of the system it is in. Now, as for extras, we're over here, so we'll start here. the electrolyzer functions way faster than the smelter is needed. So I am getting extra carbon dust, which is good because that is used to make aluminum, which is going to be necessary because we are producing extra aluminum oxide from which we will make the aluminum. So I'm basically getting free aluminum out of this system. All I have to do is go and put it in. We are also getting plenty of chrome oxide dust, which is one of the major components in stainless steel. We are basically just not getting the iron dust and the nickel, but if you will look here, getting the iron dust from the impure iron ore dust in the industrial separator, wherever this one is, here we go, gives us the nickel that we need plus iron. It gives us a little bit more iron than the nickel we need, but we're still basically getting it. So prepping the iron to have the stainless steel gives us half of the other resources we need, and our system over there is producing massive extra amounts of the other resource we need for stainless steel. So we are basically getting free aluminum and stainless steel out of our titanium system as extras. We are also getting large amounts of sand, which is good because that sand is necessary for the glass we need to make solar panels. And since I want to make a bunch of titanium solar panels, although obviously I could make the stainless steel ones with the excess stainless steel we're getting, I will be leaving this system to run and gather some titanium. So that is where we are going to leave off this episode. But before we wrap up, I hope that this 3-part episode, where I have taken the time to cut out a bunch of the boring bits rather than just plowing through like I normally do, goes to show why I don't just make a system like this for every resource. This was 3 episodes of, with content cut out, 3 episodes to get this one system complete. Now, that said, I have a feeling that for hard metal and neutronium, the last 2 resources, I'm probably going to need a system like this. So that's probably going to be the slog going forward once we have some initial of those resources. But in between episodes, I am going to build a bunch of solar panels, get this system massively powered up, and I think next time we will make our battery, our titanium level battery, which won't take too long, so we'll then probably start trying to get into hard metal. That, however, is going to do it for this episode. So, until next time, have a good one.